Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Just heading on over to do my DOT physical. Realized it was up, but anyways, so I'm just giving an update for my truck. Today is was it 17th, February 17th. So it's been 2 months now since my truck has been at the mechanic in Selma, California. And the mechanic, we'll just call him Ricardo because that's his name. He's a piece of shit. Truck breaks down December 11th. Just south of Fresno in Selma, California, and had to get towed off the interstate or off the Highway 99, and that was on the 11th. Guy says, "Oh, I can look at it on Monday." Ended up not looking at it until the following Thursday. First, he thought it was the head or the gasket, but I told him the head was brand new, the gasket's brand new. Ends up the piston number 1 is broken, so complete in-frame rebuild. Well, then I get there. I go there on a Friday, the following Friday, and sorry, just driving. Obviously, I'm in the truck. So, on Friday, when I get there, so now it's almost a week that he had it at his shop. He's got everything tore out, and I had my wife overnight the injector cups and the O-rings from our shop because we wanted to expedite things. Well, then he tells me, "Oh, we should pull the crankshaft or whatever," and he's got to pull the motor to do that. And he said, you really should do it. There was some scarring on the crankshaft, and I won't be able to warranty it if you don't do that. So I said, well, it is what it is. So he quoted me. First, it was $4,000 it was $4,800 at first to do the in-frame, just for the labor for the in-frame, which isn't bad. It's a Detroit 60 series. And then when he tells me he's got to pull the crankshaft, he says we got to pull the motor in order to do that because the crankshaft's so heavy. I guess it's out of my wheelhouse as far as that goes. So then I said, how much to pull the motor? He says $1,200. I said, well, can you do everything for $5,000? He says, yeah. Because at first he was $4,800, and then I was like, hey, can you do it for $4,000? I said, my guy Jose at Barstow would have did it for $3,000. He's like, yeah, I can do that. Well, then, so add now the motor tear out. So then about 4 weeks ago now, the machine shop finally finishes the crankshaft and the head. I had them because we had already put the new head that we purchased already came with injector cups already installed. Well, because of Jesus debacle and him torquing down my injectors at 11 pounds, he kind of scarred up the number 1 injector cup. So I said, well, we're already in it this deep. Let's just go ahead and pull the new, but let's pull the old injector cups and put in these new ones. Have the machine shop do it. He said, okay. Well, then I not hearing anything. So finally I get the number for the machine shop in Fresno, this guy Carlos. And I'm like, what's going on? And I know, COVID, of course, this worst pandemic on the planet, right? We're dealing with, the aftermath of that, and we don't have employees and everything, so I got to do it personally myself. I understand. I mean, it happens. Then I go and tell him, well, how much is the bill? And he says about $2,500. And I'm like, $2,500 to machine a crankshaft and a head? I'm like, that's kind of high, isn't it? He goes, no. He said, I think I have your motor block here too. So Ricardo never told me that he had the motor, that he pulled the motor, or had to take the motor into the machine shop, which means he had to pull the entire crankcase or the front gear case all the gears, the bowl gear, everything, had to pull all that out. Never even told me that he had to do that. Never even told me. I've been calling this guy, texting. The guy's the worst communicator on the planet. So I'm like, oh, okay, so that would justify the $2,500. So it ended up being $2,220 for the machine shop, which was 4 weeks ago, mind you. So then, while we're taking down that tree, I get a text. Now this was two and a half weeks ago now. I get a picture of the crankshaft bearings, because we had to mail in all the parts from Wisconsin because California didn't have the parts. Go figure, right? So he sends me pictures. Now, mind you, he's already had these parts for a month. Sends me a picture and says, "Oh, the crankshaft bearings were damaged during shipping." So you just now opened up the crank. You didn't. And I asked him, I said, "You have everything you need? All the parts are good?" Yep. You're a fucking liar, Ricardo. So, anyways, he's like, "Well, I could try to clean them up or whatever." So anyway, so my guy Tom over at Freightliner, he didn't. We had already had another order of crankshaft bearings coming. Like, we had ordered like from different places because we couldn't get parts anywhere, pistons, so on and so on and so on. And yeah, we tried to order a in-frame kit. We couldn't get one. Blah blah blah. So I had Tom just part it out. Well, then he, like I said, Ricardo sends me a picture. So I reach out to Tom. Tom's like, "Oh my God," he said, "I'm glad I didn't cancel that other order." So the crankshaft bearings, now, like I said, Ricardo's had them for a month, if not more. And then he doesn't inspect any of the parts, but when I tell him, "Hey, you got everything, all the parts are good," yeah. POS. Anyways, so then, Tom receives the crankshaft bearings last Friday at Freightliner. He lets me know, he goes, "We're going to do an NDA next day arrival," and Freightliner's paying for it because, according to, I don't know if they knew they were damaged or whatever. So, the hotel in Selma, California, the Best Western I was staying at, the people are super kind. They're such great people. And they were receiving the parts over there. So, I mean, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, I stayed Christmas in a hotel. I finally exited the hotel on December 28th, and I got home December 30th in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And then another thing, if you guys, well, I know I always jump around, but we rented a car from Enterprise. Now, Selma, California to Kenosha, and then I was going to do a round trip. So, come to find out that Enterprise would have charged me extra money and I'm only telling you this because if you ever need to rent a car, go to Enterprise, because they are the best company to rent cars, and we've rented them for drivers. And when my wife had an accident, the guy Adam over on Highway 50 in Kenosha, Wisconsin, just remarkable dude. He's a manager there. Anyways, when I returned, I had rented the car until January 5th, I think it was. Anyways, I told him the situation. I don't know when the truck's going to get done. If you could do me a solid, I don't want to have to pay, $40 some dollars a day. And he's like, "Dude, no, not a problem." He said, "Just bring the car in, make sure it's all cleaned up or whatever. Bring the car in," and I'm at my destination right now. Hold on. So, man, dude, learn how to drive, man. God, rude people, man. Sorry. God, I'm having a brain fart right now. Wait till I just park. So, anyways, he said, I'll just write you a note in case I'm not here, and we'll just close it out now, and then when you get ready to leave, when your truck's done, just come on in and we'll do this. You're not going to be charged for bringing it back to Kenosha, obviously. So I just got off the phone with him and let him know what's going on. Super nice people over there. So anyways, also, if you're ever in Kenosha, Wisconsin, if you need a DOT inspection, a DOT physical, the Petro on Highway 20 and I-94, they do DOT physicals here. So anyways, so then Ricardo, I let him know, hey, listen, the crankshaft bearings arrived on Saturday. So Tom shipped them out last Friday. So last Saturday they arrived in the afternoon at the hotel at the Best Western in Summit, California. So LaDonna over there, who's an incredible lady over there, very, very nice, she calls me and says, hey, Kurt, we got some more parts for you. So I let Ricardo know. So I told him that they're going to be there I said you can pick them up on Monday because my truck has been sitting there for this long. You'd think it would jam out a weekend and be like, oh, I'll work on it, blah. No weekends, no after hours, no nothing. Piece of shit. So anyways, and I know I'm ranting here. People have asked me, hey, what's going on with your truck? What's going on? So I figured I'd just do a video on it. So it's getting dry. I drank all my water already. And he got these braces on. Actually, these Invisalign braces, man, they were dreadful at first, but I'm glad I got them done. So anyways, I'll do a video on that later on when the teeth are 100% corrected. So anyways, I'm sorry for my lisp. So Ricardo, I let him know, hey, listen, so then I texted him again on Monday. There's no response over the weekend, of course. I'll pick him up today. What time? Morning, afternoon, what? No response. So since last Monday, he's picked up the bearings. I texted him. I text him. I call him. Hey, what's going on? I kind of need a timeline on this. I get it. Things happen. But my biggest thing is communication. My brother Jason Gill was like, dude, you ain't shit for communicating. So, but I am actually, when we pick up loads or whatever, I'm a very, very good communicator when it comes to business. But anyways, so love you, brother. I know what you're talking about. So, close my ears before somebody takes them off. So I call him, text him, nothing. I'm like, dude, I need to kind of get a timeline here to let you know, or so I can rent a car. And it's going to take me, it took me only 2 days. Well, I got back on the 30th, so 2 days on the way back home, which I flew across country so I could get to Kenosha, Wisconsin, New Year's Eve to spend it with my wife, because I had kind of planned up being out for Christmas anyways. So, but anyways, I really wanted to spend the New Year with my wife. So, anyways, you think the guy would call, text? Fucking crickets. Absolute crickets. I left him a shitty message yesterday. I'm like, please, with lots of fucking sugar on top, will you let me know what's going on? Still nothing. This guy is the biggest POS. Do not ever do business with Cabrera's Truck and Trailer Repair in Selma, California. This guy is the biggest freaking turd on the planet. And I know he's going to juice me extra money to take that front gear case off, because there's labor involved, and another front seal and this and that, plus you got to use the RTV silicone to go around the front gear case. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back into my videos and you can see where I removed the front gear case. So there's a lot of stuff involved in that. So he's not going to do that for free. So he hasn't even let me know, like, hey, like, he didn't even let me know that he pulled or took the motor to the machine shop and had to pull the front gear case completely off and all the gears and everything else. That's a lot of labor. So he hasn't told me anything. So when time comes to pay this bill, I'll guarantee he's going to say, oh, well, you got to pay extra. Well, you didn't let me know. So anyways, I'm just very frustrated with this guy. I mean, so I'm hoping that my truck will be done next week sometime. Now, 2 months down on this truck, actually longer than 2 months, I mean, I do well in trucking. Now, I probably wouldn't have been out the whole 2 months, but I would have been out at least 4 to 6 weeks of that 2.5 months. So I'm out like literally another, not only the $100,000 I lost last summer for being off, 5 months. Now I'm looking at another 32, 40, about another $45,000 that I'm out this year already. Well, from December till currently. I mean, yeah, we rented out the tow unit. I made some money cash, taking down trees and doing this and that. But as far as trucking goes, it just blows my mind that a mechanic won't even give you an update. So that's why I swear by my guy, Jose in Barstow, because the guy's amazing. But if you guys are ever in or near Selma, California, and a dude named Ricardo from Cabrera's Tractor and Trailer Repair, run the other way. Run the other way, because this guy doesn't work weekends. He's not always at his shop. He doesn't work 8-hour days. The guy's just a POS, man. So anyways, I'm doing this video because people wanted me to give an update on my truck. So anyways, I'm just very, very frustrated right now. And anyways, I probably shouldn't have even started talking about this because my blood pressure is going to be high going into this DOT physical. So anyways, as soon as I get an exact date, I'll let you guys know what's going on. Hi to all my brothers and sisters that subscribe to the channel, and thank you, and just giving you guys a heads up. And Godspeed, and I hope this video truly finds you well. Ciao.